Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wake Up Legendary. My name is Joanne. I'm the Director of Marketing and Live Training here at Legendary Marketer, and I'm pumped to be here on this August 28th, this Wednesday. We have a pretty cool guest. He is in a niche I don't think we've ever had on the show before, which I love also. I love the variety because that's really what this is all about. We teach you the skills that you can take and run with in whatever you're excited about, you're passionate about, whatever you want to monetize, whatever you're fired up to wake up in the morning and create content about, fired up to meet new online friends, to be social with, and all of that good stuff. And that's really what this is all about. So I'm excited to have him on and bring him on here in a second. But before I do, I'm going to tease him a little longer. Let's do a couple housekeeping items. I am coming off of a little cold, a little sickness, so I sound a little, I had a little too much fun maybe on the cruise, but it was all good. It was all good fun. But let's do a couple housekeeping items for everyone today. So first and foremost, if you're watching this right now and you would love to be featured on Wake Up Legendary, you're in a cool niche, you're doing something, or you just want to celebrate a win with us. And it doesn't matter what stage of your business you're in. We have those that have just started out, those that have been seasoned, been around a while, and everything in between. If you have a win to share and you want to talk about it, I would love to have you on the show. So head over to legendarymarketer.com/featured. Fill out the form and let's see if you are a fit. And then they just came through on my phone as well. Every morning, you can get a free notification with the direct link right to the live episode of when we go live with Wake Up Legendary. Head over to legendarymarketer.com/WUL, or my new favorite way of saying it, WUL. And if you are Don and Darren, you know exactly what that means. So legendarymarketer.com/WUL. That will let you opt in to our free broadcast channel right here on our Facebook page. There are no other messages that come through on there. You're not going to get spammed. No one else can respond in there. So it's literally 5 messages a week, 1 each morning just after we go live, which is pretty cool. And it's also a nice reminder if you are missing the live to go back and re-watch it and check out the replay as well. And of course, if you are new here, checking things out, want to see what this is all about, and ready to dive in, head over to legendarymarketer.com/enroll, and you can check out our 5-day challenge, sign up and join our mastermind. We have Austin coming up in January, and I'm already excited. We got a lot planned for it, so it's going to be a fun event. All right, I teased this right at the beginning. We have a guest. He's in a niche that we have never had on before for today. I believe that is the case, as long as I've been here, that I can remember. So please welcome Danny to the show. Good morning, Danny. How are you today?
Good morning, Joanne. I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. I'm so pumped. So you are in the CBD niche.
I am.
Which is pretty cool. You have a lot of experience and you're sharing your knowledge, your passion, and how it helps others in that space.
How it can help others in that space.
Yep, definitely. So how did you come about to go, you know what, I'm gonna put this online. I'm gonna take my knowledge and figure this out and ultimately find Legendary and run with it?
You know, it started about 10 years ago when I was still working hard and couldn't sleep. You know, the old 50-year-old I can't sleep anymore routine. And I, of course, I went to the doctor and he tried to get me on Ambien, but I wasn't into that stuff or any prescription drugs. So, I talked to a friend of mine in the mountains here in Colorado, and he said, "Man, check out CBD." So I started looking into CBD in the human body, and I found that there was very little research done on it at the time. I mean, it had just broken through that CBD and the cannabinoid part of our body was would enhance each other. So I started testing, and there was a lot of CBD products out already, but it wasn't on mainstream like it is today. I mean, it's big now.
Right, right, right.
I started checking different cannabinoids that are within the plant of hemp. You know, you have your THCs, which in hemp is like 2%. You got your cannabinoids, but you also got CBN, CBGs. There's many different little terpenes and cannabinoids together in there, and those are the ones that help you in your sleep, in pain, in inflammation, um, in stress. And as they started adding them together with regular CBDs, it started enhancing that property. So I found one that I've been using for years, and I'm telling you, I take 10 milligrams before I go to sleep at night, and I get 8 hours of sleep. 7.5 if I'm doing a gig or something. But it's been very enlightening for me. But not only in that, I found a dose and a product that I like.
Right,
But it's made my whole life beautiful. I mean, I sleep. Sleep is number one. It's the
right.
number one thing we need. And I wake up, I play golf early in the morning before coffee and go fly fishing, do whatever I do. But it was nice to find my peace back when I
Oh,
didn't have it when I had, because when you're not sleeping, you don't have peace. You're just, your mind's just going.
right.
Yeah.
And then you carry that into the next day.
Well, and then the next day,
Builds and it builds and it builds, and you never feel like you get ahead, right,
yeah,
Danny?
true story. You try on the weekends, but then you go out and have a couple pops, and you wake up feeling a little groggy, but no, it has really helped me, CBD. And again, it's a very, very broad company now, and the research is still going on. But there has been some great research done in the fields of, like I say, anxiety, inflammation, muscle soreness. There's people using CBD for seizures. They're giving their kids straight CBD oil under the tongue, and it's helping in seizures.
Right.
So things are happening in this territory, but it's new. And so that's how I found CBDs and how I used them.
Mhm.
What I wanted to do is I wanted to share that 10-year experience with my audience. And to be honest with you, when I signed up for Legendary this January,
Mhm.
I had never had a Facebook account.
Right.
And I mean, I'm 66. I know computers pretty good, but no social media access. I just never looked into it. So I'm trying to find all that stuff as well as do what I'm doing. And so I started going into groups and looking at them, and I went for the big number groups. I was like, okay, I'm going to put them on this book that I have, and this whole funnel into this book here, into this. There's a lot of people here. Somebody's bound to want to see it. I got
Right.
I got nothing.
Right.
I got nothing. I went into another group. Like, somebody's bound to see nothing. Finally, I told myself one morning, I said, Danny, you're just a beginner at this, man. And I thought to myself, and I'm hungry for knowledge through Legendary, man.
Mhm.
I said, go to CBD for beginners. I put it in there and I had 15 hits within the day, dude, just like that. There's only 2,500 people in the group, but every time I put it in there, I gain 6 or 8 more people that want the book. And out of those 29 subscribers, I think out of 29 landing page hits, I think I got 11 or 12 subscribers. And I
Right.
think that's huge for me because, like, again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, or I'm not expecting anything. Joanne, I'm just building another business. That's what
Yeah.
I'm doing,
Yeah.
and whatever it takes to do that, I want to learn the process, because that's what I did in my former life. I was a chef, I was all kinds of stuff, but I had businesses, and
Mhm.
I built them, and to a certain point, and then you gotta, take your money out of it and redo another one. And
Right.
that's what I'm doing now. And I'm doing that here with this, with Legendary and with this, this format. But I'm telling you, I'm lost.
All right.
I
So
get
I
it.
love the transparency of where we're at. I think the biggest nugget that you just shared with all of us, one is there is no such thing as perfection. There's going to be a point where you're always feeling like I got to learn more. I might be feeling a little lost, but I'm going to do it anyways,
Yeah,
right? But the biggest nugget you just shared is you needed to switch your mindset to I'm a beginner at this one thing, even though I have a wealth of knowledge in a wide variety, like in a ton of areas. I needed to learn how to market it. And as a
exactly.
beginner, and accepting and embracing that stage instead of seeing it as something bad, something
Mhm,
you have to hide, right? A lot of us, even though we're starting out, we're like, I can't look like a beginner. I can't
mhm.
let people think that I'm a beginner. I can't let them see that I'm a beginner. And some of us need to embrace that a little bit more. It's okay to, yeah, we don't want to be all over our social media like, I'm just starting out.
No, no, no.
Going on, right? We don't want to do that.
No.
But within our community of
Yep.
entrepreneurs and in a learning environment, embracing, I got to learn this, I got to figure this out. And you aren't just sitting there talking about it. You've been doing things. You're meeting with Ryan, you're going through the education, you're going through the blueprints, and you're applying one step at a time as you go.
That's how I do it.
He's not sitting here going, all right, I learned everything in the blueprint, so I'm going to go try it all right now. It's too overwhelming for you, and that's where you're at. So you're
Yeah.
making small steps and you're seeing small wins because you're making small steps every single day. And that's what I want everyone to grasp from this conversation right now. And that's what's so cool. And I can see that you enjoy it just because of the smile on your face.
Oh man, I enjoy learning another business. I enjoy building another business. I
Mhm,
enjoy, trying to get my brain around e-commerce because I was such a brick and mortar guy for so many years, with
mhm.
businesses. But it's like uh, getting it around e-commerce and trying to get in the now, what's happening,
Yeah.
and instead of me retiring and sitting in the old folks home just uh, talking about my history, I want to keep going forward, and part of that is for me is building business, and so I'm excited to do this. I really am.
Yeah, I love that. I think one of my, for lack of a better term, this is an awful term, but kind of my like crack cocaine, what I'm addicted to are new businesses, people in that stage. That's why I love what I do here with Legendary, because I get to talk to all people just like you in these early stages. And hey, let's figure it out. How do we monetize this? Let's go
Yeah,
after it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's my next step. I'm not really look focused on dollar yet. I really am not. I'm focused on. I've done a landing page. I've got the email. I gave them the page for the link to the book. I've sent them to the company page,
Mhm.
thank you page. Now what I'm looking for is the follow-up email that I
Right,
have to send each one of my subscribers, and how
right.
to do that. That's my next thing to dig through the library and find. And if I can't find it, then I'll just call it. I'll just do a mentorship with Ryan. And I'll tell you what, that's the best, man. Ryan is the best. He's just like, he got me through this whole process. I got set up, and then I was looking through the library last Friday or Thursday, and I saw what was it called? I forget what it was called, but anyway, it was one of your workshops. It was an hour, 2 hours of you guys, you and Ryan.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, the doors open, flying open. They're flying open, man. The aha moments. I'm like, oh my Lord, oh there, look that I've been doing that. But it was like, it's like
Mhm.
it just jumped out of the screen and went into me like, damn, to this point, I think I understand a little
Yeah.
better, a lot better of what I just did, what I went through. So I suggest that to everybody who's new, man. I really do, because that was a cool experience for me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with our live workshops.
Yeah, you do.
And we got another one. It's coming out next week, which I'm super excited about. So be on the lookout for that, guys.
Well, because I
But
like them. I think they're just, they reinforce what we learn in our education.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, it's the value is unbelievable if you do it correctly. And I'm not saying I'm doing it correctly, but I think the way that I want to do it is take off the small bites,
yeah.
figure that out, dig into it. Okay, I understand that. Now let's go to the next set. Let's go. Let's keep going. And the ultimate goal is to make uh to monetize that website
Hmm.
of mine. But
Yeah,
and I think I will. I don't know. I'm not looking for the big splash. I'm looking
yeah,
for the organic. That's
right,
how I've always built my business organically. You
right.
know, up. Build them up from the bottom.
You said there is no, like you said, I agree. There is no perfect way to go through the education and apply this and start your business and take action. But I will say, probably the more perfect, as close to what we can get. The way I recommend is what you're doing as well. Is you go through the blueprints and you go through a module, you go through some of it, go through some education, apply it. Go through a little more, apply it. Go back, revisit. What do you need to tweak? Apply it, right? Do a new
Exactly.
section, apply it. I feel like that is the best way to really grasp what's happening and to not get lost in all the education either. Because a lot of your step 1 through 10, if you go all the way through to the end of the blueprints really may not apply to you till you're later on in your business.
True.
And now you forgot what steps 1 through 10 were, and you haven't started yet. So now you have to start. It's like you're at square one. And I think that can be frustrating for some. So
And
I
that's why
recommend everyone, as you're learning, even if you're in the challenge, there's so much to do in the challenge. Um, the challenger is a massive value. The 5-day challenge is wildly massive value. There's so much action you can take right there within the challenge. And I recommend doing a day, take a little action, get on with your advisor, talk about it, do the next day, take a little action, take the notes, and really see how you feel about it as you're going through. I think that's the best way to learn it. I agree
I
with
agree too. I think for me, that's the best way for me. That's how it's been for me my whole life. I like to dig in. If I really like something, I
Mhm.
dig in deep, and I really like affiliate marketing. I really like legendary. So you're just gonna see me around for a while. I'm in the summer mode right now, so I'm golfing a lot and fly fishing and doing all spending my first year retirement. So I'm doing
Oh,
retirement things.
you gotta enjoy that, but you gotta, enjoy it all the time. But you're about to hit some snow, so some of that's gonna
That's exactly right. I'm going. I'm
you
gonna.
don't
I
have
know.
a choice.
I know when I can work hard is going to be the winter time. So I'll go to the gym and then I'll go to get some snow, but get some work done. But no, I'm the kind of guy that likes to, you know, jump in and be part of and be positive. I don't think negative, Joanne. I don't. It's just I wake up in the morning and I'm happy because I get to play my guitar today or something. It's and this for me is another step to that. I do believe that if guys retire, you know, there's a real good chance that they lose their identity.
Oh.
You think about a guy that's been working 20 years at a job, his buddies are all there. He knows his job. He knows when he comes home. He knows when he goes to bed. You lose your identity. I've done that. In my first business, I kind of lost my identity, but I bounced back real quick. But,
So
this,
how did you think you found it? What did you have to do to not lose it again or find it in that process? When you went through it, how did you move through it?
my first business was a rotisserie. There was no such thing in the United States yet. Maybe some small restaurants in New York, San Francisco, but I did a rotisserie, a French rotisserie in Aspen, Colorado. And
Mhm.
it was rotisserie chicken sandwiches on French baguettes. And I rented this space. It was 350 square foot. And you walked into my kitchen. And I had made the baguettes and everything was homemade. And you'd walk right up to a counter in my kitchen and you'd order a sandwich or whatever, a whole chicken, whatever. So that one, I did that. That was my first business, and I really enjoyed it. I got to know the local folks. I got to know everybody pretty well. And then it changed, and the valley changed, and the money got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm born and raised in Colorado. I looked at my wife and I just said, you know what? I don't want to be here. This isn't really Colorado. I said, it's beautiful, but it's not the Colorado I know. So we sold.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a good thing, but I lost my identity because I was known throughout the town and throughout the valley for the rotisserie chicken sandwich guy. People would tell me, you're going to have a vendetta on you from chickens one day.
They're coming after you.
I moped around for a bit, just questioning myself. Well, what the hell, Danny? I think I was 35 at the time.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, man? I said, well, I love to fly fish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to become a fly fishing guide. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
Built that business up, and I've done that through businesses throughout my life. But you just, when you're hungry, at 35, you're still really hungry. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, I need to make money. We need to do this. We need to do that. But, you'll find a way to do it. You just gotta get into yourself and say, hey, what can I do to make money for me to live? This e-commerce it's the future. It has been for years. And I'm happy to get into it now, many years later because I still think it's growing. I still think it's just the wave of the future. And it also helps me keep my identity. Uh-oh. Hold on, Joanne.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I don't know what timed out, I guess. But anyway, yeah, that's why I'm in here, because my drive to build business has always been big. And I got to tell you, I'm that kid in 12th grade, dude. I didn't go to school. I did not go to school. I was in 3 bands playing music. I was hanging out with bikers. And I'm going to tell you this story. I was in 12th grade. This is the kind of student I was. And my 2 teachers sat me down about 3 weeks from graduation, and they said, Mr. Quinto, we're going to pass you with a D because we don't want your pot smoking breath in here next year again.
Oh my.
So I was that kid. And I went on, and one of them was my math teacher. I graduated with math 1 and 2, a D in that. But Joanne, once I bought my first real estate, car, business, numbers came like that. I could read a spreadsheet. I could read a P&L. It was just like, give me a contract and give me a closing statement, whatever. And it just came to me when it was my money for real. And that's when I changed from what they tried to teach me in school to where I was going.
Right.
Take my destiny, and Danny, build it, because they're not going to do it for you, dude. So that's when I started my venture on building businesses and buying real estate and doing what I did in my 40 years.
I love it. I love it. I mean, traditional school isn't really for everyone. And it doesn't mean if you don't do well in school, doesn't mean you're not going to do well in life. Doesn't mean you can't have determination. It doesn't mean you can't go out there and freaking tackle whatever you want to go after.
I agree.
It doesn't define you. And a lot of people are stuck in that. Well, I did the school thing. I got straight A's. I did this. I went to college. I got the master's. I got the doctorate. And I only have $300,000 worth of debt. And I still don't know who the heck I am.
I know. And all they had to do was read Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right.
That was a great book. You know?
It is so clear, Danny. Everything that you literally learn, like you're a sponge, and
Mm,
that's what it takes. It's going through whatever education you're going through. Whatever it is that you want to learn and get better at. I don't care what it is. You have to be open to take it in instead of looking for reasons why it won't work
right.
while you're going through it.
You see my little motto on the bottom of there. It's easier to try than to prove it can't be done. That's been my motto all my life.
That is so true.
It's true.
There's definitely a lot of people out in the world that spend a lot of time just trying to prove something can't be done.
Boom. Instead of trying.
And I've seen people put a lot of energy into it. It's like, man, if you put 20% of that energy into doing something for yourself in a positive way,
Mm.
of learning how to do it and going after it, you'd be killing it. You'd be killing
Killing it, man. You'd be killing it because there are people that really do live in that world, you know.
There are. I see it every day.
Unfortunately for us and for me, is legendary is not that kind of world. That's
No.
why I like. I mean, when you and Ryan were doing that lab the other day, man, I could feel the energy coming right out of the screen on me. I was like, dude, I was getting so pumped. It was like, yeah, 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 and that's why I really I like legendary, man. It's just got that good that good feeling to it, you know, positive. Do things positively, you know, because that's what we're all about, man. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I tell people, I play guitar and I've played guitar all my life, and I've given some lessons to some guys, and they all want to play like me. They want to play fast. They want to play the lead. You know, they want to be, whoever. And I teach them one or two things, and I tell them this. Remember this: slow is fast. Do it slow and keep continuing to do it slow and keep continuing doing it slow. Build it, learn it. And one day it's like when you go into that apartment for the first night and you go in there, you're going stumbling through this and you go and you look for the bathroom light and you can't find it. You don't know where it is that in the first night. 5 nights later, same thing with music. You keep playing it slow, slow, slow. One day that light switch just goes off. You don't even know it, and you can play it any tempo you like. But you gotta do it slow, just like this. Just like this. That's just the way I live.
I love that comparison. It really, and I've talked about it in a different way, but I love the way you worded it because it's sometimes we spend so much time trying to find the shortcut. I got to get here. How do I get here as fast as possible? But you miss everything that actually gets you there.
You missed a lot because there's a lot of aha moments in life, little things. But I think maybe that just comes with age and experience. I think because you hit a bad golf shot, you just go, oh, there's another one around the corner.
Right.
Just when you want something, you go back and you practice your golf shot slow, 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 so all the mechanics are right, and then when your body's ready, the swing is there. And it's the same thing in everything. It's the same thing with legendary. It's the same thing with your library. It's vast. I haven't even touched TikTok or any of the other ones under Facebook. I mean, I got plenty to do when I'm ready, but I'm still studying Facebook. I'm learning how to deal with groups. All that stuff. So
I love it. I think that's a great way to go through it and to make and build a business that has the roots and has that strong base. I'm gonna call out right now. I don't know who it is, but I know they exist and they're probably listening right now. Go, all right, I'm gonna buy the blueprints. I bought it. Ooh, there's a lot in there. I don't want to spend all my time, but I own them. So now I'm just going to go find somebody else that I know that bought the blueprints. I'm going to go to their social media. Oh, they have this. They got a stand store. They got this. I'm just going to copy what they did. I'm going to copy their last 10 videos and then wonder, why the heck is it not working for me?
You know why? They did not put a business plan together.
Nope, they haven't even gone through the blueprint.
I know. A business plan has come in to my life, and it has in all my businesses. It's always been that way. But it was when you guys hit on that, I was just like, that's the roots. That's your root, man.
Mm-hmm.
The business plan going.
Your business plan, and Ryan and I have been really hitting this home on Decade in a Day, is it is your living, breathing document. It is your guide. Every time you're going to write a piece of copy, write an email, make a headline, create a piece of content,
Mm-hmm.
should be looking over your business plan, and it should be in great detail and really dive into the pain points, the desires, everything that really speaks to exactly who you want to reach, and give that person a name. But if your business plan, each section has like one or two sentences, it's not helping you. You're going to struggle with your business. Go back, dive deeper into it, and then add to it as you go. Adjust it. Let it be that document you're always working with. It's your assistant, so to speak.
Yeah, it was funny when I did my business plan. I did it, and I do pretty good business plans. I mean, I'm not an educated man, but I'm a smart man. But um, I did a business plan, and I liked it, so I started.
Mhm.
As we went on through the process, I went back to my business plan and added that little detail there, and that little detail in there, and that little detail. Before I know it, my business plan is a detailed business on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, if you got to think that way, this is how you have to think, or else you're going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because if you try and hold everything in here, and believe me, at 66, you can't hold everything in there anymore.
Mhm.
It starts leaking out and stuff. But
I get it out on paper. So you
put it
can
on paper.
do it.
And then when you get done with it, you have a beautiful business plan to put
Yeah.
into your files with your LLC and all your other stuff. That's this year's business plans, what you did in 2024. And
Yeah.
years down the line, come back and look at them, see if you can revamp them, read them. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and it helps you stay on task. It's your guide.
Yeah.
It's literally your guide on the path,
Yeah.
to make sure you go there. And Joyce, I love this because you're not alone. Joyce says, I'm going to put it on the screen here. I hear you. I want to reach everyone.
Yep.
And that's a common thought process. And the reality is, if you try to reach everyone, you end up reaching no one.
That's right.
That's the problem.
I tried that
Yeah.
in the big groups.
If that was the reality in our world, we would all be best friends with everyone in the world,
It's
right?
true. So
But
true.
there's a reason that we are attracted to some to be, oh, you know what? This person's my really good friend. I have this really great group of friends. And another group is not really your great group of friends. There's nothing wrong with them. They're wonderful people. They're just not your cup of tea,
Right.
and vice versa. And if you're trying to make something reach all of those different groups, nothing will land with either one of them.
Mm-hmm. You're right, man. That's true.
Yeah.
Get down to the basics, get down to what you need to learn it slow, put it in there, make sure it's in there, act on it, and go on to the next step. There's a lot of steps, I think, in this. Now, I'm sure the younger people and the people who have, you got to remember, Joanne, when I was in first grade, we were still using abacuses, okay? There was no computers then. So, the people who've had computers all their lives, this may be, stuff that they've done. And but for older guys like me, who are a little computer literate to a point, but, you have to take a step back, and you have to look at the issues and what you're learning, and then make a step forward. If you just keep on going forward and forward, you're losing a lot of crumbs behind you. So I get, like, right now I'm in this follow-up letter, and I want to find and write the best one I can, to my subscribers. So, but yeah, take a step back, and there's a lot of ways you can do it, but I believe that taking a step back, digging into it deep, enjoying what you're digging into, and make those little discoveries, aha moments throughout this journey, you're going to be happier and you're going to have a better business plan, in my opinion.
Where's the hat? Where's the hat? And I don't care what age you are. That's what you need to do. Everyone at any age going through the education, learning anything new, and they want to actually apply it and make it work for them. That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do, man.
You summed it up. That was the nutshell. It's just those little small steps every day. One step at a time. Learn, implement, learn, implement, learn, implement. All day.
Learn how to write a post. Learn how to write a positive post. You know what I mean? And even if it's a question, write it positively and put it somewhere. About how you're feeling that moment. People love to hear that. You don't have to be all over the internet, but you pick your groups. You want to throw some positive support on them, because you're part of those groups and you're getting positive support from them. So that's why I post every now and again in Legendary, because I get these positive moments and I go, I just got to talk about this.
I love that. And I invite everyone that's listening right now to do the same. Also, our groups are a safe place to practice putting yourself out there.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a safe place to celebrate your wins when sometimes you can't share those wins. You can't be like, oh, I finally got my funnel to work. I got my button to work. Your spouse, your partner, your sibling, whoever it is that's important to you, to be like, that means nothing to me. They won't celebrate it the same. They'll be like, great. But in our group with like-minded people that are going through the same thing or already have, you're going to get that celebration that you need.
Yeah.
And that you're looking for, and that support that's also going to help you to keep going. Use our groups to do that. Don't use the groups as, your place to be like a pity party by any means, but use it to be like, all right, I'm getting through this. Whether it's I'm starting over, I'm doing it again, I'm going to figure this out. I need some help. I had this win, that win. I'm so proud of myself. Start rewarding yourself. Start building your self-worth in the safe space of our groups.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's exactly what you should do. That's exactly my mindset. That's why I have Legendary open, in my computer every morning, and I go through my Aweber and all my accounts to just see what's going on. And, if I don't have any movement on my book, I'll just go to one of the CBD beginners groups and put it in there. And it's amazing. It's just like, all right, here comes 5 more,
Right. Build that list.
Build it up and have fun doing it,
Yeah.
And I want to get to the point where I get to know these people and see if I can help them with their journey on CBD, make it a little more simple for them. So if I can do that and they can get something out of my knowledge, then I've already won.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I want to leave you with the last word today. So obviously you have gone through a challenge. You have the blueprints. You've met with Ryan. You've done all the things, and you are a very experienced entrepreneur, quite frankly. What's your advice for someone at any age? This is their first time even thinking about doing something on their own. What's your advice for them as they're going through the challenge? And it's really scary, this whole entrepreneur going out on my own, right? You and I, we've been doing this a while. We're used to that. We kind of feed off that fear, but other people see it as a negative. What's your advice for that person?
1, go into it positively. Go into it in small bites. But if you're ready to go and you think you're ready to go, I can't tell. I can only talk to what I've done in affiliate marketing. When I felt I was ready to go with something, I went with Ryan and he cleaned me up. We went to another stage. I went with Ryan. He cleaned me up. 3 times I went to Ryan, but we built a beautiful funnel. Then we went through and we got it into Facebook, and now I'm just enjoying that part uh, and enjoying getting subscribers. But if take it small, take it easy, and tap yourself on the shoulders for the little things that you accomplish. It doesn't have to be a $10,000 day. It could be that you learned how to put a link in Facebook correctly. That's a big win. That's a big knowledge right there.
It is.
So take the little wins even more than the big wins, because they're the ones that matter.
I love it. Perfect advice. This has been amazing. I knew the conversation was going to be great. And of course, you have to come back because you're still at the start of this journey, and I want progress reports.
I'll be there. Let me know
You gotta
when.
come back. And I know Dave would love to chat with you as well.
All right.
So thanks for coming on for sure today, Danny.
I appreciate you, John. I appreciate Legendary. Hey, Dave, thanks for building this company, man. It's cool, baby.
Oh, I love it. And I'll pass that along for sure. Thanks again. All right, everyone, you can go find Danny on Facebook right here. Just search his name, Danny Quinto. It's right on the screen. I've had it up for the last bit of the show. Go find him. He's also in our groups. You can find him that way. Danny Quinto on Facebook. Go check him out, all that good stuff. And of course, you can follow Dave anytime as well at David Sharpe Live. Go find his Facebook page. He's got a little check, all that good stuff. He's been posting a lot more, which is fun. I love seeing it. And today was a fantastic episode. If you missed any part of this, this was a solid episode of how to really just do things imperfectly in the most perfect way possible, which is really what it is. Perfectly imperfect is my phrase of today. That was today's theme. And I think it's something we all need a reminder of. This is one to save, rewatch when you just need a smile, a pick me up, and remember if you're taking action, you're doing it right. That's really all of that it is. If you're still taking action, if you're taking action every day, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Keep going. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Reach out. If you're a Blueprint student, 5 days a week, hot seat, support 101, hop in there. Get the help that you need. And as always, stay legendary. Peace.